This is Marketing of Today. I'm Cesar. Let's go! Welcome, guys. For the first time, I do a podcast with 4 people. I got JT, Nate. Bro, I still don't know your name.
Joriel.
JP. Well, how are you going to put it on Instagram? Because I heard it's too long right now.
Oh, my God. Joriel Paredes.
That's too long.
We're going to figure it out. We're going to figure it out.
Yes.
What's
Don't
up,
worry.
JT?
I'm chilling, baby. I'm chilling.
Are we putting that spicy podcast out? Yo, Nate, what's up, bro? I know you have a construction company.
Yes. We have a construction company that...
Now you also do the dumpster thing? What's that called again?
The dump trucks.
The dump trucks. I heard there's money on that.
A little bit.
A little bit?
A little
Okay.
bit. Just a little bit.
And what is it that you do, Mr. JB? See, I
JP,
remember.
bro. Yeah.
JP.
Good.
JP.
JP?
Yeah, JP. Just JP, baby.
JP, bro.
I thought it was
Dos
JB.
letras.
He said JB, though.
JP. Joriel Paredes. JP.
JP. What's up, bro?
Nothing, man. So I have a engineering company that actually do renovation consulting, engineering, and also home inspections.
Okay, so the reason why I invited all of you guys today is because, you know, JT and me did a podcast. One of the first ones, you can go watch it in the channel. But also, like, I wanted to talk about team, right? JT is the Level Up group, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how's it? Level Up say?
Level Up Group, baby.
Level Up Group.
Right, and it's how many people you have working with you, and subcontractors, people that work with you in the office.
There's definitely a lot. It's definitely a lot of us. Can actually put with subcontractors and everything. I can't really put a number on it, but my main group right now, it's literally you have Nathan, you have JP, you have my brother, Jonathan, you have CC. You have on the real estate side, should I say on the sales, you have Risa and her team. There's a couple of us. On top of that, we just implemented some architects, and there's just about, we're in the process of actually like talking to them, seeing exactly how we can actually make everything fit, right? So there's actually 2 other architects, one that's actually certified, the other one that's not. So we can get everything pretty much expedited in that sense.
Well, that's good, and that's good. So the importance, you know, now that I'm building this company, you were talking to me about entrepreneurship, right? Before the cameras went off. That's what happened, people. Cameras cut off. They got hot because it's summer, because summer is winter, and the heat is on here. It was burning hot in this. Now it feels good, right? You guys feel comfortable?
Yeah.
I was able to supply some water and AC. All right? Cool. So you were talking about entrepreneurship. Give me some, like, come back to that.
Entrepreneurship, man. I was speaking before the cameras went off. That actually the first sign that somebody can see if they are material for entrepreneurship is if you're doing more than is asked in your job and you're willing to do it just because. That's the first sign. Because I always tell my friends, and I always tell everybody around me, listen, the problem with the salary is that make you feel comfortable. It make you feel like, oh, I don't have to go
Do more.
I don't have to go above.
Have you seen
You know?
that now? The messages, I think it's on Twitter, that says, like, if you get an email at 5:01, they don't answer it. People are actually not, I have to look
Yes.
it up. But if it's like, if I get an email at 5:02, they don't answer it. And they say basically, oh, I don't have to do the work because I'm already clocked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
As soon as 5 o'clock hits, they're out. They don't care.
How do they expect to build? Why? See, and this is the other thing, right? Social media brings things forward, right? We get to see the Miami McLaren that got flooded, right? And people are like, oh, that's a lot of money.
The Rolls Royce.
This is the Rolls Royce. But that dude, whoever owns that house, first of all, has insurance,
Definitely.
right? He's not going to put all that money for the thing later. Second of all, like, you know, he worked for that. He worked after 5:01. He answered that 5:02 email. Like, and people see Instagram and they want to compare their lifestyle to somebody else's lifestyle, but they're not putting in the work.
Man, whoever is watching that video and is commenting, have the time to do that. Whoever owns it is dealing with that problem because he actually have it. He's making it. I don't have the time. We don't have the time to actually make a comment. If it is for a friend, if it is for something that you're building a relationship, building something, anything, You always building. I mean, if you just commenting, you just giving your opinion that nobody have asked you. That's the problem with Instagram and everything. Nobody have asked you anything, and you're gonna say it regardless. We don't care. I'm sorry, but we don't care.
Yeah.
Because you have the time for that. I don't want to listen.
That's a good point.
Of you.
How do you guys react to all the messages, especially you? Because you're the one that
listen,
gets the most. You're the one who gets all the messages.
Me personally, I don't really pay attention to the noise. Like I just focus. Like my job is literally to relay information. And this is one thing that I tell them all the time. Like all we need to do is relay the information to the right person. Like if you don't relay information, it compounds. And as business owners, if you let it compound, it's going to go ahead and keep on compiling. And once that actually happens, you're going to go to a point, like if you have that 9 to 5 mentality, you think that, oh, you know what, I can take care of it tomorrow. It's not going to happen because you know what, tomorrow's problems are going to hit you.
No, and it's too late.
On top of today's problems and yesterday's problem.
And then, on top of that, remember that someone is working after 5.
Yes.
Always.
Someone's answering that message.
Yes.
Because people think that, and I used to have that mentality, I can honestly say it myself, that I used to think, oh yeah, they're not gonna text anybody else. They're not gonna let's put it in my job.
Listen, I'm talking about deals at 10, 11 o'clock at night.
Central Pacific time. 3 hours later, it's still working.
Yeah.
You know, I don't care. I don't care.
And if you're gonna ask for a video that you need tomorrow, you're not only gonna ask me. You're gonna
Speaking
ask
of, what's
available.
up with those videos, Papa?
We're working on them.
Oh,
yeah.
Like honestly, like at 5 o'clock.
But I'm the best videographer, am I?
No, you're the best.
I know. Thank you.
You are.
I get the results
Like,
right. Let's do some marketing. So if you need any videos, call your boy.
Like honestly, the best time, like let's say, like me and Benz, right? Specifically, like we talk around like 5 o'clock. He's up at 4. So that's
in the morning.
Yes.
I'm up in the 4, but because I haven't gone to sleep.
So that's the time that me and him actually have longer conversations because throughout the day,
there's the time.
Yeah, we'll hit each other up or whatever. Like today, I actually spoke to him around that time, and we had a good 45-minute conversation.
So wait, you've been up since 4 in the morning?
5. Yeah, but it is what it is.
10:34 people.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I go ahead and that's why I'm tired. You know what I mean? But at the same time,
yeah, if he wasn't tired, you would get a different JT.
Tired and hungry.
nah, because
Exactly.
me personally,
Hambre y sueño lo que usted tiene.
I'm at a point which is I'm blessed, and it's a blessing and a curse. Like I work for my phone mainly, right? So, but from the time I get up to the time I go to sleep, my phone is
ringing.
Boom, 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 boom. Like, look, you turned it on, and there was a couple of messages there, just because. You know what I mean? Like one of them is literally freaking commenting like JP's dad, which is pretty cool. You know what I mean? By the way,
that's an inner joke.
By the way, if you're a realtor and you haven't met JP's dad, you know what? Hit us up and freaking use us for your inspections, and you'll get access. You'll get to meet this sculpture of a man that's out there apparently.
Yo, that's funny. So are we gonna open?
That's branding. It's
are we gonna open an OnlyFans with JP's father like that? JP's
yeah, that's
father?
exactly what we're gonna go ahead and do. We're gonna
at a $500 subscription.
We already have the theme for the inspections. You know.
¿Cómo se va a llamar?
Yeah.
No, he's gonna go. You know, like the role playing.
The contractor. The contractor hat.
I'm here for inspection.
Soft porn over here. I'm here for the inspection.
Yes. This is a friendly podcast.
Who needs to be inspected? You know?
Who needs to be? I can check your pipes.
You got more jokes? Still more jokes?
It's 10 o'clock at night, people. We have to understand that this is a 10 o'clock night situation.
Yo. No, but listen. At the end of the day, what we actually doing and what we actually creating, and there's been a lot of trials and tribulations, just like anything else, right? And what we're doing is actually building and helping build each other, and making sure that we actually fall in line and like perfect the systems that are already in place, so we can go ahead and be better, right? So, like it just comes down to actually just being efficient and working continuously to actually go ahead and perfect your process.
At the end of the day, the way I see it is, us as the Hispanic culture, we're more like selfish. We grew up either working for somebody or, they told you go to school and, get a regular job and work that 9 to 5. And times has changed. And we're trying to break those patterns. That pattern. We're trying to build each other as a team to do better. And everybody's company grows at the same time and help the people at the same time. Customer service, at the end of the day, plays a big part, because if we're able to provide all those services to the people, why wouldn't they come to work with us? Because we're going to literally take care of everything that they need. And they have, instead of having one person, they have literally 10 heads to go and ask questions.
I'm also seeing that is more about the service provider, right? So usually they do go to the selfish people. They go in the door, and then they come right back out the same door because they get a bad experience. Yes. So usually they go through all these trials and tribulations to then end up having to come to people like us, and they see the messaging, because I know that you do a lot of networking. You're coming to them more often, right? And you get to meet these people, but usually they go out with people that they're not supposed to, live a bad experience, and then come back to you. And you have to say,
I say let them. Let them learn exactly what they need to learn from those people and know exactly the quality of service that they should be getting, right? Because once they actually come with us, they'll know exactly what they're getting, right? Like, we're a collective of small businesses grouped up under one umbrella, right? Like, and one thing about entrepreneurship, right? Going back to exactly what you were saying earlier, we started out, and little by little, like, we're growing and actually adding more people, right? And one thing that I've noticed is sometimes, and this is, I think, one thing about the Latino community or people in general, people want to actually go ahead and keep their name, keep their business like just for themselves and everything, not realizing that there's growth, right?
Yeah, they're only doing, and they can only service a certain amount percentage.
Yeah, because
clients.
you know what? We all piggyback off of each other, right? Like, just to actually bring up an example, like, we actually had that one situation where we were, when he was first initially coming in, like, he still had the mentality. He wanted to go ahead, he wanted to grow his business, but it was just about that business, nothing else. Like, he didn't want to, well, I'll let you talk about that.
Yeah, you put in the spot.
Well, go ahead. I'm gonna take I know it was so quick too. I'm gonna let you talk about that. You were like,
no, because it was your experience and exactly how. Yeah,
my experience actually was how this is for. We spoke about that like 10 minutes ago. Go back. Level Up. What we have is just pretty much. It's just how I see it now. It's just a face. It's our face. Everybody together. It's just the name. That's gonna be our last name. Each of us have each name, but this is gonna be our last name, right? So, how me and him, the thing is, like, the barriers of the language sometimes kill us. We and him have the most like a personality, like it's almost the same personality. So things that he say or I say, we see it almost the same way. But if we're not in the same page, now we do. But if we're not on the same page, we're gonna clash, right? So back then, he was talking to me. He was talking to me like, okay, this is gonna be the phase, and this is how we're gonna pursue. I was like, wait. So what about what I just build everything in the back? And he told me it doesn't matter because we're gonna build something bigger. I was like, what you mean it doesn't matter? Because I just built it. It took me a year. And that's how we started. Like, no. And he told me like, no, you don't understand. It matters, but actually what we're building over here is bigger.
And it's on top of that.
Yeah, and I was like, wait. So we learned from that, and now we speak the same problems in Spanish and English.
Yes. Exactly.
Literally, we speak Spanish and English, every single problem that we have. Just in case of, like, we are in the same page.
Oh, because he speaks old Bronx and you speak Dominican English.
Cibaeño, el cibao, loco, you know? La guasacaca por encima, that's a problem.
Yes. So, again, go back to the old podcast if you want to see JT's Bronx lifestyle.
Yeah, so what he's pretty much relaying to is the whole fact of mentality, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the personal branding is great. Like the business is there. They both have their respected businesses, right? We have a face, a layer over it, just like he said, a last name, right? And that, as a collective, we can push, because I was actually having that problem, and that's something that I was telling them. I have a lot of different people that I back up, and when I go to like networking events or actually do like seminars and stuff like that, I had a whole bunch of logos. I had like 6, 7 logos, and I'm like, why? Why are we doing this? Why don't we just put everything?
You're confusing people.
Exactly, giving the wrong message.
Because crazy enough. It's like, let's say Toyota. Toyota owns Lexus, and I think they own another company too that nobody knows about. Be something, Beyond. And what I'm trying to say by this is,
not Fiat.
No, not Fiat. It's Fiat. It's a weird company named Fiat, and they own a whole bunch of other umbrella companies underneath that supply the main one, which is Toyota. So what I'm trying to get at with this is not, we're not reinventing the wheel here. We're not creating anything.
No. Other companies.
All companies, Goya, you
Nestle,
have
Coca-Cola,
Nestle,
Pepsi,
exactly.
Dasani, all that is the same.
That's another crazy thing too, right? Fanta, I know it's Fanta, Sprite,
Dasani,
Coca-Cola owns them.
I think we just spoke about that earlier. Or like we were using a
example.
The soda companies like Pepsi. Pepsi owns Sprite. It owns freaking Slice. It owns.
They own 7-Up. Sprite's owned by
Coca-Cola.
by Coca-Cola.
Sorry,
7-Up.
You know what I mean? Whatever the case, it's a whole bunch of different companies.
Club, I think it's owned by Pepsi
but
too.
it's all under the same umbrella, and that's what people got to understand. Like we can still all work together. You know what I mean? And
let's bring it to Trump, right? Let's get some ratings.
Oh, you're gonna put it politics?
Wait, no.
Oh,
I'm going to the live right before politics.
Okay.
The Trump hotels. He was selling the name in the building.
He's not there. Exactly. He's not there.
He was selling the name, but the company is a different company. That one that is in Columbus Circle. It's not owned by Trump.
No.
Yeah.
It's owned by another company that bought the branding of Trump.
He's managed by.
So it's like when I said earlier about JT being the marketing company, it's essentially that.
Yeah.
He's just collecting a whole bunch of people. So now that we got that explanation for the people who don't know why you collectively speak to a lot of people, right? Porque todo el mundo está confundido all the time. Nate, I want to talk to you directly on this one. It's like, how did you get to here? Like, you were in banking. Right, everybody used to working in a company. Right?
Yes.
We're not gonna mention.
Yes.
Not for free. Not for free.
They gotta pay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Please subscribe to our OnlyFans. And we'll provide you that information in private. Because by the way, real pause. Marketing sense, guys. You know that OnlyFans was not supposed to be a porn
No,
site.
that was for musicians.
No.
Musicians and stuff.
No, it was supposed
artists.
exactly. It was supposed to be the same thing that I don't know if you guys know what Patreon is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was supposed to be Patreon. But since they didn't put restrictions in this, they just opened the door.
Instagram just doing the same thing. You can subscribe,
Subscribe
and
now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
now
you
they
can
can do
subscribe.
that.
Yeah.
We should do that. Actually, let's start doing it. Empieza.
Subscribe.
This is gonna be subscribed.
Subscribe.
This part over here is gonna be in our Instagram and pay Instagram. Go.
So when I met you and you were working in the bank.
Yes.
We're not gonna disclose the bank right now. It's only for OnlyFans. So you were working in the bank, and then from there, you started your construction company, but you didn't start real estate 3-4 years ago. You started longer than that, right?
Yes. So I've been in real estate since 2014, around that time, only 2014. But I was doing it as a part-time. I had my full-time job in the bank, and I was like, I wanted to build something for my family, like my kids, and I wanted to have something to show for them.
Mm-hmm.
And real estate, I always been into construction, but I was never hands-on because my dad is an engineer, so I was always around construction. But it just pulled me, and I just started doing it. Once I started doing it, the balance switched. So I was doing more construction than interest in the bank. So I had to make a decision, and I decided to go construction
And what was the decision?
to become a contract.
A full-time contract.
And work on the houses. Yes.
Become a contractor
Yes.
Yes.
and become a full-time contractor.
He's the only contractor, guys. The only contractor that actually have like inner peace. Like he's always like relaxed.
Oh,
You know what?
Yeah.
He's like, he's
You know
gonna
what?
give you the
Nothing.
estimate and say,
I'm gonna tell you
listen, there
something.
you go,
He's
sweetie.
great at customer service because you know what? Sometimes these people call me and I'm like, yo, bro, don't even call me because I don't want to fucking.
I'll take the call. Don't worry. I got it.
Nathan, nobody takes him.
Tiene
out of
una
his
panza.
inner
Nathaniel.
Nathaniel.
Nadie lo saca de su inner peace.
No.
Why?
It just.
How can I pick some of that up? Because I need some.
Listen.
You saw that email that I sent earlier today? How do I pick that up?
He goes to church like Wednesdays and Fridays.
I always see things like it could be worse, right? There's people that have it way worse than me.
Is it the
So
banking world?
why? No. The bank had nothing to do with it. I think it just comes from like saying my dad. My dad is more patient than me. Like the work could be falling and he's fine, you know. But I think I see it more as like, you know what? Why am I gonna stress out when there's a solution for everything?
Mm-hmm.
And there's always people that have it worse than me. There's people that I didn't even get. I see things like I appreciate the little things, and I don't get that. I don't get things get to me as much. There's people that don't have food. There's people that don't even have water, and we have everything, and we complain about the simplest things in the world, and that's how life is here. We complain.
Amen.
We complain.
Amen.
You know, so I see things. I just take things easy. You know, I don't let get things get to me. You never see me mad. You never.
He's
see
the
me
yin to my yang. I can say that.
It's true. Because you are all over the place.
Yo, listen, I get
And
mad.
this guy's relaxed.
Yeah.
There's
Always.
nothing. Nathan, we got to do this. Okay. We'll get it done.
You know what gets me mad? I'm gonna tell you one thing that gets me mad.
Oh.
If I see somebody, like if I go to a restaurant or something like that, and I see somebody treating somebody bad for no reason, that gets me mad. Like I don't like that. I don't.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I don't.
I mean, it's like, hey, trátalo bien.
No, I mean I don't say nothing to the person, but in my head I'm like, oh, that's like, what's the point?
You
Like, what's the
sound
point?
right now. You're sounding like a serial killer. You know that, right?
No.
He's like in my head.
In my head.
Yeah. I'm not gonna curse him out or anything, but in my head I'm like, dude, like, what's the point? Like, why are you treating that person like that? They ain't doing anything to you.
It's a good point. And how did you get started, JP?
There you go. You see, you got in there.
By the end
Just
of the
took
podcast.
you 3 hours. That's
Took
it.
me 3, yeah.
Actually, I just had 2 years in real estate, but I have plenty of experience in construction because I was a project manager in New York, and I was and I am a master inspector for commercial. So I do have plenty of experience. Master inspector.
So question, is that a title or do you add that
No,
master?
actually, that's a title.
Okay.
It's more than 5 or 6 certification of inspections. Then they give you the title of master
So
inspector.
you got a big boy in your team, bro.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
And he's also Oscar Paredes' son.
yeah. That too. I'm actually.
You took it. Yo, that's what I was trying to say.
His dad is gonna open up an OnlyFans very soon, so we're gonna send you the link. It's gonna be
Yes.
$25 a month, just to
Yes.
let you
Isn't
guys
that
know.
cheap?
Listen,
No,
$25.
listen. You can waive the fee. You do a full package inspection.
Yes.
Full package.
So full package
1300.
inspection.
So what is a full
waives
package
the
inspection?
monthly fees.
1,300.
what is a full
Sign up and you'll find out.
Yeah, exactly. Call the office. It's gonna be right here. Put it over here. Put it over here.
Love it.
Okay, now I want to know. I want to ask you something. What we doing here? Thank you for the invitation. Don't get me wrong. I want to listen for you. I want to listen something for you because I already know what you're doing. I already know that you're supporting a lot of immigrants and a lot of Latino, and I really appreciate that. And I found value in what you're bringing to the table. And it's an honor to be here, man. I see all this podcast and everybody in that blue corner saying, "Yeah, I know my thing." That's good. I'm figuring out my thing, but I like to be here.
Yeah.
It feels good.
So the whole point of and premises of marketing on today, how it really started was I was gonna help people understand the difference between the marketing that was before and the marketing that is today. Marketing of today. That name just came out of the blue. Even the intro. The funniest thing was At that time, I had a different team working with me here in the office. You met them. And they had a whole script for me. This is what you're going to say for the intro. And I'm like, that's too long. And I was getting it wrong all the time. And then I was like, this is Marketing Today. I'm Cesar. Let's go. That's how the intro came in. And boom, that boom part was because, we get the boom all the time.
It comes down from the top.
It came out of the boom and I threw the explosion. Let's go. Bah! Yeah, but for old time's sake. So the whole point of Marketing Today was to teach people, right?
Okay.
At that point was marketing. Then after episode 10, when I talked about my life, it started evolving where like we're teaching people.
Okay.
Like they can learn from us. There's things in trials and tribulation and knowing that, not everybody passes their own headaches. Everybody has their own problems, right? Yeah. JT had probably 20 calls today that he had to solve. You had 22. You had 20. And if we sit down here and talk about all those calls that we get, dude, I was freaking out at 2:00 trying to plan the rest of my week. Because everybody was calling in, I need you. And now I'm like, but I got all this work. And on top of I got to schedule everybody. I got to tell people I'm not available. So, it's funny because when you guys say, that you're building your business and that little by little you get more success, I go through the same problems. And now I understand because I'm here, the value of doing this at 11 o'clock at night. Right? A check just came in right now and I didn't have to call the client. Before I had to call the client 20 times.
It's like that sometimes.
Right? Just staying focused with one goal and building. That's what I'm doing with this. So the reason why you guys are here is because I know there's value, like you said, in being in my platform. And I have value being on yours. Because this video is not only going on my platform, it's going on yours. So now you're getting content that you need to be out there with people. You're getting content, and I'm getting exposure. This is why we work together. Where it goes back to what JT was saying earlier, right? If you work as a team, you build bigger. And also, which is more important, is be on the good side of everybody. We know someone who's not in a good side right now. I'm not gonna mention names, and it's like I'm receiving the calls that he could be receiving if he was in the good side. So it's like because I'm working tranquilo, we always joke about this in private, but you guys know I'm with everybody. Calladito. I try to stay quiet.
Con Dios y con el diablo.
In my corner. And it's like, I'm cool with everybody. I got big names to drop on this podcast. But again, it's like, what are we doing? Are we just doing it just for the dropping? Or do I want to strategically build something good for everybody?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I want to be TBD. The TBD podcast, the Valuetainment. I want to be them. I want to have a platform where everybody can win. When you can come in because you came in episode 1 or episode 2 or episode 3. When I'm in episode 300, the platform is huge. You can still come on because when I needed you, you were there.
Yeah. That's what it's all about.
And you know more than anybody that I'm good with that.
Mm-hmm.
You know more than anybody.
I know.
I don't fuck around with that. I believe in building teams. Now, it's hard for me to trust people. I have trust issues, but I have learning how to trust people and work together. They could be in the other side of the world, but
listen, I think we all have trust issues in our own right. I think it's just human nature. We're in a society where everybody is trying to figure out a way to take advantage of the other person. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of implemented in us, especially we come from New York. New York, I love New York, but it's grimy out there, you know what I'm saying? It's a dog-eat-dog world, So everybody's just trying to go after what the other person has, or trying to look at somebody as a quick come-up, So that's the mentality, and that's where kind of where I grew up, my type of environment. Mm-hmm. So I try to wean myself out of that and actually open doors for as many people as I can so we can go ahead and grow together. But sometimes I think everybody here knows, sometimes it's that tendency, it brings you back and you're just hold up, is this person genuine, or I don't know, there might be something, who knows, but it's just about just taking that chance, bro. sometimes
And you lose and you win, right? Like
yeah.
if I didn't, and this is the part where the real entrepreneurs learn, right? Because right now I see a big exit of entrepreneurs about to happen.
Oh,
We predicted it here first.
listen,
I mean,
I've been
everybody's
saying
been
for a
predicting
while.
it. It's not, but it's for real. Like, I know how to read things, right? And I know how to read one. It's gonna sound kind of crazy, but I know how to read culture. I know how to read interest, and I know how to see when people are overachieving. If that makes sense.
Can you elaborate more?
So, for example, whoever's working right, one, works quietly. Two, you said something that you hit it right on the nail. They don't have time. I don't have the luxury of time, which brings me back to payment, right? I'm hiring people so I can have luxury of time. But by hiring people, that's responsibility that I'm putting on myself.
Yes.
Which means in turn, I have to now answer more calls, more messages, and be on top of it. But which now brings better quality of service, right? There's certain things that because I'm still maintaining control of are not getting done, right? Like you said earlier, your content, right? That could have been done in a day if I would have sent it to my editor. But no, I know there's something in there that I need to handle to maintain the quality of service.
Es una muela, by the way.
Eso no es ninguna muela, papi. Confía en mí. And
No, and you're right, because you know what? I hear all the people that I've sent to JP on the inspection side. I hear all the reviews and
for the
everything.
feedback.
Yeah, and it's amazing. It's great. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I hear on the
You need to
construction
know,
side.
you know who to send certain tasks to because you know how they're going to execute
Correct.
it. So it's like me sending a task to the editor knowing that he's not going to execute at the same level that I know. He's going to get there, but it's a process of learning,
Yeah.
which everybody goes through. And we just started not that long ago. I'm really impressed. Look, he's been handling other podcasts. He's been killing it. But promo videos for clients, we're still working on
That's a
those.
different story.
Nah.
It's just, it's the same thing when I was working at the bank. I felt like I had time because you have your coming in, clock out, and in between, as a manager, you have some time to put some posts. And I noticed like this whole year, 2022, I put like 3 posts
You don't got time.
because I don't have time.
Yeah.
If you're not driving
Yeah.
on a phone call, you can't text while you drive, right? People don't text and drive.
Don't text and drive.
We don't do that.
I mean, I do that. I'm not gonna lie.
We don't do that. I don't do that. No, actually, technically, I voice.
I talk text.
I voice, exactly.
I talk text.
Hey Siri, dile
Yeah, my operations manager, like, so like I was like literally talking to the phone, and she like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm texting." She like, "That's why you text so fast." I'm like, "Yeah."
You write everything.
I'm like, "No, I always talk text, like,
Mhm.
because it's more efficient. Because I'm so used to it when
I
I'm
can't do it
driving."
because he types some other stuff. So I just.
I know. Especially
like,
when you have a little bit of accent, it
Yeah,
goes a
have an
little bit
accent,
too.
it just-
You
Mine's
can't
in
do
Spanish.
it. You
Mine's in
can't.
Spanish. Have you.
That's why
Yo,
I don't talk.
his text, he writes some long Spanish. I'm like this. I grab it and I put it in Google
Translate.
because I don't
It
got
won't
time
come
to
out. It won't come out because it's
I don't
gonna be
got time
like
to decipher.
Dominican Spanish.
See, I'm questioning myself now. You know, I learned that you can actually do the subtitles automatically. You know how much time I save with that? Just saying that
Yeah,
as an
the
hour.
captions.
The captions, yeah. So I got the system that does that automatically, right? You still got to fix it sometimes. But I imagine you with captions, bro. We'll be
Bro,
screwed.
but I feel like attack. I'm living right now. The fuck?
Pero espérate.
My first time here, and I want to leave
Pero a las
already?
mujeres les gusta ese tonito, right?
Sure.
Okay.
He's
like, sure.
Maldito campesino el diablo.
But, you know, it's like we're building little by little all this, right? And it makes me happy that I put in the work. And this now is a golden hour for your entrepreneurs, right? You have to put in a lot of work at first, not get paid for your work. Sometimes take an L,
Yes,
right?
Ooh.
definitely.
Ooh.
Oh, I know.
Yes,
Take an L,
Oh, I know.
and then you win. But
you got to sacrifice.
you gotta sacrifice.
Listen, now you
Yeah.
mentioned something that I don't want to miss, and actually is I was having this conversation with a friend of ours is Waldry. I was telling him he's very young. He's 20, just like me. So we would start saying, listen, this is the best moment of our life. We're gonna be the future seniors on this in every single like aspect. Like me in engineering, in 5-6 years, when I'm in my 30s, I'm gonna be senior already. So this is the best moment that whatever we're doing now, in 5-6 years, when everybody leaves, those positions that right now is just here and go of entrepreneurs, whatever, fakepreneurs, fakepreneurs. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. I love everybody.
No,
but actually, it's gonna fall.
They've been clouding Instagram. They've been clouding Instagram. They haven't allowed the people who are legit doing this work shine.
No, it's a lot of clout. And listen, like I see it amongst people that I know. Like I know a lot of people, a lot of influencers and stuff like that.
No names, please.
No, of course not.
Thank you.
Never. But it's just one of those things that people got time. Like me, I got time and I don't have time. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because you're on the phone.
Yeah.
And then the other part too, sorry to cut you off, to add to your point so you can elaborate more, is even though I'm not on a call right now, or I got a message, or I'm answering, or I'm solving an issue, you're thinking about the next move.
Correct. Always.
So
100%.
Your brain is not thinking about the next post.
No. So one thing that's been happening with me, and honestly, that's a conversation I had with you. I've been slacking with the content because
by 1,000.
Yeah, because in all reality, I'm so busy and so overwhelmed with what we're doing, trying to grow everything else. It kind of like that took a back step, So I can go ahead and focus on the business and actually growing the business and structuring it correctly, so we can go ahead and grow together, right? But the content is still important, which is one thing that a lot of people don't seem to understand. They're both equally important. Like, just because you're creating content and acting like you have a business, that's fine and dandy, but you're gonna fail because you don't really have a business. And just because you have a business, but your marketing is trash. Guess what? That's fine and dandy, but guess what? Hey, if you don't have the marketing, your business is gonna fail. So it's an equal balance on both. So that's one of those things that, like, I definitely have to actually go ahead and do more of, because it helps us grow, and I just haven't had that time.
I had to hire it. I'm actually interviewing right now someone for social media management. Funny enough.
Yeah.
Out of all people, I had to hire someone for managing my social. I'm also training that person to be able to manage other people's social, of course. But it's funny because it's like I make all this content, but I only publish 1 or 2 videos out of this content. And I have a very big library that has not been posted. And it's because of that. It's because I schedule it, I have it ready, it's there, but I can't get my mind to that because I'm dealing with everything else. Like today, since we've been filming in here since 5:30, and it's almost 12. Guys, it's 11:11. Make a wish.
Yo, bro, listen. One thing I'm gonna say is sometimes I forget about, like, if it's not in my calendar,
exactly,
it does not exist. It does not exist.
I had never understood the importance of calendars till today, my brother.
We're getting old.
I'm even scheduling.
We're getting old.
I'm even scheduling my workouts. That's how bad it is.
You know what's funny? When we were actually doing the podcast, what was the first thing I told you?
Yeah. Send me an email. Send me an invite.
Send me an invite. Because if it's not in my calendar, it's not. Like, I forget.
And you still came here late.
Like, all the little mediocre stuff all the time. Yo, I have one little task. I got to send a letter to my son's mother. Oh, my God. It took me 2 weeks to get that done. You know why?
You didn't have any time.
Because it's not even that I didn't have time. I wake up. Oh, shit. I got to do it. And then throughout the day,
you forgot.
Boop.
And you remember when you're back in bed.
My brother calling me. I have him calling me. I have Cece calling me. Then I have Benz. Then I have, like, all these other people, clients and freaking other people. I'm like, I forget. And then throughout the night,
oh my God,
shit, I forgot.
Yeah, when you're in bed already.
Yeah.
I forgot something.
Yeah.
It's too late.
And that was happening for so long. And it's crazy. And it's not that I don't mean to. It's just like that happens. It's like little things that are not in the calendar. Like
is this happening to you guys? What's happening to me right now is when I get home, I sit on the couch, knocked out.
Yep.
I could sit here and stay up all night.
I get home.
Easy.
I get home and I just don't want to do anything.
I just like off.
Yeah.
We just moved and my wife wants me to put some cuadros. I'm like, I'm like.
Actually, that's important, what you just guys mentioning. Like, we're talking about calendars or organizing. We haven't talked at all about family. When you get home, we don't disconnect. Because entrepreneurs, that's a problem too. You're going to have a problem with your wife. You're going to have a problem with everybody.
You're waiting for answers, bro.
Man, and also, as entrepreneur, it's nice. I want the time for my family. But you need to sacrifice that year, that 2 years to make everything automatic.
Yeah.
Everything like, I get home. It's 9. You guys know that don't call me after 9 if it is nothing important.
Yeah. I feel like I have a lot of things to share, especially on the field with construction. Like, things that you go through, problems, how to fix them, just tips on whatever you're doing. I just don't have the time. Like, I put my phone away and my phone is away. I don't get to hear it. I don't get to touch my phone unless they call me. Luckily, I got AirPods. I can just pick up. But if I don't have my AirPods, I lost them for like a couple of days, and I didn't answer no phone calls because it was in my pocket, and I don't answer my phone.
Now we know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like me, like
so if you see that he doesn't have the AirPods, go buy him a pair.
I'm gonna buy 2 more pairs.
Like my significant other is literally like she's an entrepreneur, right? So it kind of works out. She before
she busy. Yeah,
she didn't understand before, and now she understands, and the importance of quality time, not just with just your family, but with yourself. Now, like that's one thing. Like, So
because you never have an alone time.
No. So Sundays,
exactly.
Sundays is my day.
To like
I tell them,
sure.
I'm like, yo, listen, don't fucking call me. I don't want to hear a text message. If I do something on Sunday, it's because it's super important.
Like
but besides
meetings
that,
on Sundays,
like a meeting that needs to happen. Besides that, I don't want to hear anything. And you know what? She's at that point because every single day, it's constant. And she's like, wow. I'm like, yeah, it's different from a 9 to 5 because once you clock out, you clock out.
Yes,
but now,
that's what we're talking about.
As a manager of a real estate office, she's like constant because she's hustling her stuff. She's also helping the other agents. And on top of that, managing the office and freaking figuring out exactly what else needs to be done there. So she's like, it's an everyday process.
You're wearing a lot of hats, yeah.
Yeah, so, and I'm like, now you understand why Sundays is so important because she didn't understand why Sunday was like my day off. And she's like, I need a day off. And I'm like, that's why I take one day off.
Look at JT being the father of the house.
So
look at you growing up and stuff.
So for me, because you guys are so busy on Mondays, is a little bit of Sunday, but mostly Mondays for me. Mondays, I usually have nothing to do. And I like to keep it that way. Usually I put it like I'm busy, so that way nobody can schedule me on a Monday. But it's because Mondays and Tuesdays, sometimes Tuesdays, are my days to like be able to start the week. Because when you get on that roller coaster,
you start like on Wednesday, Thursday.
So, but when I mean start, because this is the thing, right? I need to start explaining this better because I confuse people when I say that. Working outside. Because remember, the video doesn't finish when you record. That's the beautiful part. That's the easy part. The editing is where the work is. So I still work editing on Mondays and Tuesdays. But then, like, film again, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, back to back to back to back to back to back. There's a ghost here. The door was open.
You know?
Yeah.
No, but actually, we just mentioned a few items that everybody want to be successful and this and that. What about mental health, man? It sounds like cliche right now, but it's driving us. It's driving us crazy, man. We just know how to go and on and on and on, but not just when to stop and say, you know what? Let's put boundaries. My girlfriend told me that, like, now daily, like, you need to put boundaries. You need to get home and that's it. And disconnect. Yeah, but I understand also that part of that people, that family, your family, is not going to understand that if they haven't going through
it.
unfortunately. But we need to start us four right now. This is a perfect moment to say I really appreciate what everybody's doing, and I really see the hustle in each of us. I know that we're going places because of the same reason, and I know that we're gonna need help at one point. Just to somebody tell us, listen, it's enough. I got you here, and that's what we're doing also with Level Up. It's just like I do construction too. I have my license for construction. He can do home inspection too. That's not our strength. He can handle the construction. And
because he's a peaceful guy.
Yeah, man. but you know, like right now, this is what we're building.
For inspections.
Hell fucking no. They hit you like, yeah, the house is just gonna fall and just the roof is gonna fall apart. That's it.
Yeah.
You see that? That's all rotted there, but it's okay.
It's okay. It's just the foundation. Not a problem.
This is one thing that I'm actually trying to get at my brother, because my brother still has a 9 to 5 mentality.
I love Jonathan, man, by the way.
So
yes,
his thing is, we can work Monday through Friday. That's dope. Can we work Saturday and Sunday? That's dope too. Can we get some work after hours until 9? And I'm like, bro, tú te vas a explotar.
He has all the energy right now. The beginner's energy.
No. Wait. Let me finish. He can do that for a week. Y se explota.
Como una guanábana.
Yo, and then that Monday, tell me if I'm wrong, that Monday no sirve para nada.
He didn't answer the phone.
No, until we found.
He didn't even answer the phone.
You know why? And I tell him, I'm like, this is why
He doesn't even answer the phone.
this is why it's important to have days off. Because
are you alive?
he's in the front. He's
Because
in the
here's
front
this
lines.
consistency.
Yeah.
It's not racing to the line. It's consistently getting forward till
Correct.
you get there.
You know, because that's fine and dandy. You're going ahead, working the 9 to 5 with us doing the construction side, right? Okay, that's cool. You want to go ahead and do a weekend job, right? Now you want to go ahead and do an overnight job, or should I say, like, from 5 to 9, like
3 hours.
I'm like, bro,
A half day after.
like, because there's so much
and
work.
you know what's crazy? You actually don't get anything done when you do that.
No, because you're drained and you don't care anymore, because you're like,
It's
I just
better
wanna
to
get shit
actually
done.
come in 8:30. If you were coming in at 9, come in at 8:30 and leave at 6.
Yeah, no, but he's not actually coming in at 9. He's actually coming in at what, like freaking 7, 8? Like,
early.
It's a plota. And
then he's doing the hour. He's doing 12 hours, 13 hours.
Yeah.
construction.
He's
days.
working 70.
Construction is different, bro.
He's working 70 hours, but in reality, he worked 20. Because a lot of time.
Lo quemó. Lo quemó.
No, because you might work the first 2 days, 3 days, but when you're working that many hours, by the 4th day, you're like,
Especially with construction
God.
again, because you're lifting material, and that's not easy.
no, and all the driving, bro, that's tiring.
That's another one. And one day, bro, I spent a day lifting materials. I feel it for the rest of the week.
Oh
back,
my God.
Yeah.
I'm done.
You know?
Done. Because
listen,
I don't do that. One of my job is, bro, carrying the camera.
We need to buy you bigger cameras, so you need to start working out.
I hire people to carry them.
you need the kit that we have in
No.
mutual. Yeah, you need the whole skeleton, the whole thing. You know, but
There's no point to that, but okay, see.
going back to that.
When your shot is out.
You know how many times I went up and down the stairs today just to go into the attic? It was crazy, man.
Muteame.
Yeah. Just to like finish that one part, he's learning that it's not just about money. You need to go ahead and actually take those breaks so you can be consistent on exactly what you're doing. So the quality of work doesn't change. So you actually put more effort into it, because once you actually go ahead and do that, now you are consistent in exactly what you're doing. You have a routine instead of throwing yourself into a spiral that you don't even know if it's Sunday or Friday. You know, and
it's hard when you're not able to say, "Oh, today's Monday."
Yeah.
When you say, "Oh, it's Saturday, tomorrow I'm off."
Yeah,
it's I've been through it. I've been through those cycles.
Listen, there's been times like before you actually got here, like I was freaking working 7 days. I almost freaking, I was deprimido. Like I was drained.
Yeah.
I had to go on a vacation.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah, that was the vacation that he took.
Yeah.
The first vacation in like 3 years.
And you know what's funny? You can ask her what I did. I literally slept the entire time, like just chilled in the freaking in the room.
He sounds like such a fun guy.
Yo, she was so upset. But you know
You
what?
heard the voice? You heard the voice?
I needed that. I needed that because I was all over the place. And it was like 7 days a week. I was like, yo, screw this. And then I was like, you know what? When I came back, I'm like, I'm taking Sundays. I need to go ahead and recharge. Because I was listening to everybody else.
Sundays are Formula One Sundays. I watch Formula
Oh,
One.
look at you.
Formula One be early, man, like 5 o'clock in the morning.
That's the only thing I don't like is that you gotta wake your ass
gotta
up.
wake
I
up.
like to go to see Formula One, but I cannot.
Miami,
I'm a bad
next
fan
year,
like
Miami.
that.
Oh yeah, start watching it and you get hooked on
I
it.
do. I've
Miami.
been in the Formula One, races and everything.
Miami
but
next year.
I am not into
Yes.
any of that.
Miami next
I
year.
want to go to Miami and Vegas.
Vegas is be fun too.
Vegas is gonna be a nice because it's a night race.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
you see what we're doing right here? Well, you see what we're doing over here? I like this. You guys probably have this conversation with everybody. Like, yeah, we're gonna do this and that, but nobody told you the back end. Like, man, yeah, we're strong. We can do it all. Till when? Till like, okay, and what he just said about his brother, that's literally is gonna save his brother 3 years of working. Why?
That's a good point.
Yeah, because he just said it out, and we are here to say, Nate, you can improve this because of this and that. It's gonna save you time, and you're gonna improve
Headaches
it probably.
and failures.
Yeah, and that's a good thing. Like JT, I'm not gonna lie, I'm learning so much about him.
Mm-hmm.
He's like 11 years older than me, but I'm learning so quick about him.
¿Y este tan viejo?
No, I'm too young. That's the thing.
Oh.
He's not old. I'm young.
Yeah. What are you, like?
28.
Yeah, he's 28.
Yeah, but there's
48, bro.
No, bro.
38.
I'm 39. I'm 39, bro.
Wake up,
39.
what's up?
39, bro.
I'm about to be 30, bro.
You see, what's almost.
Now life's gonna start.
¿Y tú?
I'm 39.
Tú son dos viejos y dos jóvenes aquí.
Yeah, there you go. But that's
No
the thing.
mocoso.
We say so.
Wait,
we're
first of
learning a lot
all,
from
you're only
them.
9 years younger than us. Like, get that out of your head.
Like, nada.
You know what I'm
like,
saying?
you couldn't have a
Yeah,
kid.
like that, I can't,
Like,
not
you couldn't
even.
have a kid and a kid with a teenager
When you
right now.
turn 30, your knees are gonna start hurting.
No,
Now
they
it's
already are.
Yeah, because of the basketball.
I don't
No,
think-
no
you
basketball.
Listen,
no,
you could tell the weather.
30s.
Like,
no,
with your
that's
knee.
too much.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
Bro.
30s are your best years, bro.
It's true.
oh my God, he was joking. What the?
No, it wasn't.
No,
I wasn't.
it's true, bro. When it's cold, you're like, "Frick, it's cold here."
Yeah.
You
Oh,
check
I feel it. Yeah, even with my hands. What the fuck are you talking about?
no.
You could-
Your bones,
you could-
bro.
you-
Your bones.
You could feel like when it starts hurting, you're like, oh, it's gonna rain. Cause I'm serious. He thinks I'm
You
lying.
record that? You got it on camera?
Yo,
Put it on Zoom slowly.
Yeah,
like,
my bones hurt. It's gonna
put
rain.
it on Zoom. Put
It's gonna be 80% chance of
Yeah.
rain today.
It's gonna be humid.
you could definitely feel the weather change. Like if you had like a knee injury, you could definitely feel it.
Yeah, if you have a knee injury, you do feel it. My brother tells me that when it gets cold, his knees hurt.
You feel inside your bones, yeah. I feel it. I feel when it's like when it's hot, I feel it there. I feel like I start sweating en los pies. And you know, it's also
You gotta start worrying and start cracking for no reason. Like, what the hell is going on?
basically what we're saying with this, people, is we're getting old.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Pero
getting
tú
old.
todavía estás joven, porque tienes un año más. Tú sabes, tú todavía
Oh, look at me, right?
2 years younger than me.
30s
so-
are your best years, though. I'm telling you that right now.
I mean, I was expecting to have my first son at 33, but he beat me in 29, so 1 year.
That's what I'm planning to do. So 20, 31,
No,
32,
tú sabes, no fuíguete. Mientras tú te protejas esto, no hay problema. El día que tú dices, whatever, ahí pasan las cosas que tú me...
10 muchachos.
10 years.
Cuando yo esté como tú
Bro.
y Nate, cochón.
10 years. Cochón, oye. 10 years of, more. 11, 12 years of dando mi cajeta. Nunca había tenido un miedo, un susto. Y la primera noche que digo, you know what, vamos para allá. Péguete. Ñingui, ñingui. Ñanga, ñanga.
Nunca digas nunca.
So yeah, so now I have a son almost 5 months old and smiling his life away.
30 is that good time. I have my son at 32. My
Yeah?
first at 30.
So he has 8 years old. He's 8 now?
He just turned 9.
Oh yeah, 39. How old are
I'm
you?
39.
Again? 39. Okay. So you're older than JT?
No, we're the same age.
Same age.
Bro, what's wrong with your math? What? You're off
I
today.
know, right?
I've been up
It's 12
since
o'clock.
That's not an excuse.
6 in the morning?
That's an old man excuse. We don't care about that. It doesn't matter.
we working so much mind all day. Our
When
brains
you get
are,
phone calls at 6 o'clock in the morning and your phone rings and rings.
Oh no, bro! Like they like
I'm like,
by the end
bro.
of the day, they asking me about math. I'm already fried.
no, I have to sometimes. When I get home, like at this time, or un poquito, even 9 o'clock, my wife tells me something. I'm like, listen, if you think you're talking to Cesar, he's out of here today. Tú estás hablando con el clone, con el ghost. Don't. Tomorrow morning, you get back to me and I'll be able to answer your question. Porque hay veces que el cerebro no me da. It's that so many decisions happen in that day that you can't. It's like it's impossible. Do you guys get that fatigue? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
There's days like that. I get home and it's 10, 9:30 and I'm just like, oh my God, why am I so tired?
you know,
Just
you're
wanna
like
go
a
to sleep.
zombie. You're like looking
I
You know,
at
don't
I
know.
get
Bro.
headaches. I get a lot of headaches.
I need my tea.
What
You
me
drink
is-
tea?
Of course.
You recommend tea?
The jengibre is the best.
Oh yeah,
Oh my God.
it relaxes you.
Yes.
What,
Kind of ginger, the ginger.
Una pregunta, ¿esa fue una
Ginger.
receta de tu papá? That was a recipe from your dad.
My mom always made tea.
I think that's the only shot that he actually takes. A ginger shot.
Yeah. My mom always made tea.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's a Dominican thing. Ginger tea is a Dominican thing.
You asked me why I do this. Now I ask you guys, why are you guys here?
Yeah, JT have a lot of things to say about that. Go ahead. Dale.
At this point, we're just cracking jokes.
Now I'm comfortable.
No, I mean, the whole point of coming here is definitely exposure. Definitely, we wanted to share what value we bring to anybody that knows us. And people have questions about what's Level Up. You know, they see it. They see us, you know, working together. It's just kind of like letting people know a little bit about what we do. So if they do have more questions, they can come and ask us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know,
100%.
for me, the crazy thing is I said I wanted to do it with more than one person. JT invited you as well. And then, you know, I wanted to do it with you. But it was surprising to me that you guys didn't even hesitate to say, like, what we're going to talk about. Why is this for?
I was stressing about it, trust me.
Oh, you
I
were?
didn't know how I came and I'm like,
I'm
why are we talking
I'm so used to doing all this that it's just like
Oh, so you're saying that I'm just another regular B?
no, bro. It's just more like
I didn't want to say the word.
it's like when you choreograph all this stuff, when you like practice it,
Choreograph.
you know, lo que sea, you know what I'm saying? Like when you like trying to like prepare for something, like I don't get prepared for the seminars. Like all the knowledge that I have, that's literally what the people are coming for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't prepare for this because if you have questions, I have answers. Like that's really what it comes down to.
That was very deep. Actually, I felt it.
Like,
Yes.
I got
felt it.
answers.
like that.
Yes.
I'm telling you, at
You
this
got
point,
questions, I got answers.
I'm telling you,
Ask.
at this point, we just
Go ahead
cracking
and ask.
jokes. We just need to
Listen,
open
what's,
it
bro, that's what we just said. Literally, we just said that our brain is not
Yo,
working at
loco,
this
you were
point.
supposed to order some food. ¿Qué pasó?
I wasn't supposed to order.
Your
nothing.
name. Your name.
Taco Bell. There's a
Ask
Taco
where we
Bell.
order.
Order the big
I
shit.
ordered where we go. I said where we're gonna order from.
I'll sell you, dale.
I'm like over here like tirándole
Yo no
under
tengo
the
como 5
bus.
pesos aquí. No voy a mandar nada a nadie. ¿Para qué me invitan? ¿Ah?
Pa' que me dan de eso si saben cómo me pongo.
Yo, speaking of, he owes us lunch, by the way.
He does.
Who?
does.
Him?
You owe us
So
lunch.
Me?
dale.
Why?
Yes.
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Come
Yeah.
on, Taco Bell.
The freaking
should we
the
talk
mold
about-
inspection ahí está el lonche.
Fuck! Is that 45? Yeah.
Ah, there you go.
So
There you
people,
go, there you
ya
go.
ustedes saben, from now on, we order Taco Bell if we doing the podcast after 10 o'clock at night.
That's right.
It's
O
crazy.
sea, como- have you guys worked in DR? ¿Tú trabajaste en República?
Claro, yo no me tengo un par de años aquí.
Okay, cool. You know how when you work for companies and you pass the,
Yeah,
the,
yeah,
the,
so
10,
yeah.
the Zona Franca time, the 10 o'clock, they
Yeah.
order pizza. So that's what's happening
They
here.
do the same thing over here. Come on.
They do it?
Yeah. When I was in a janitor,
Bro, you know
they
that I
ordered
never
pizza
worked-
after 9.
Every
You know
time
that I never
every
worked
time I had
a
meeting,
regular job.
Yeah, every time
I
we
work
had
for
Look at
people.
you.
Every
No,
time-
pero escucha. I work for people. So I work for
Oh,
Dominican.
not corporate. That's what you mean.
Nothing corporate. from that job that I spent like 2 years working there, I jumped into this.
How many years do you have here? Or how many years do you have doing
I'll break
this?
it out. Creo que tú vas a decir, te lo digo ahora
I
mismo.
said whenever we have meetings that it was before work time, we had to bring them earlier or stay late. We always had to get food,
on the bank.
breakfast or dinner.
Tú ves. Okay.
Always.
Tú ves. Level up.
Yo, nah,
Entonces,
but
espérate, segundo. So
segundo.
when I got here, right, I came here in 2004. And everybody knows Naples, Florida now because of the hurricane and Fort Myers. But I used to live in that town for 6-7 years. From there, I moved back to the ER because my parents' work visa expired and they didn't want to overstay their welcome. That's how I call it. But I had a tourist visa, so I was always coming back and forth. I was doing things that you're not supposed to do with a tourist visa. I'm not going to say it for legal purposes. And then I came back at one point and I overstayed my welcome. I met my wife, we dated, and then we got married. Now, we got my resident. I'm actually going for my renewals very soon. So, we're in that process, right? But I learned English those 6 years. I graduated from high school and middle school here. And then I came here to New York, but I came here with a strategy. I used to listen to a lot of Gary Vee at that point. I was watching Casey Neistat. I was listening to Ty Lopez, all these people, all the free stuff.
Where is Ty Lopez? I haven't seen him in a while.
Ty Lopez ya, olvídate de ese tipo. Ese tipo ya está de asqueroso con el dinero ya.
Yeah. That's one, because you know what he's doing, what he did too, right? And this is actually
in
good
the
business.
pandemic. He fucking.
There you go. Dilo. Say it.
He bought
all the companies that were going bankrupt and brought them online. And
so he took out all
back.
He took out all the brick and mortars and kept the online. So the online businesses.
Is that the guy with the glasses?
Yeah.
And then for the Lamborghini. Did you know what's most important about my garage? It's not the Lamborghini sitting behind
The books.
The books. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
It's genius. So I used to listen to all of them. And anytime they did something free, I was there listening. So when I hear all these kids talking about that, I was that kid, you know? But I took a step. That's the failure that everybody has, is that step to get started. So I started doing it for filming myself for my YouTube channel. That's what I was talking about ahorita. And like, you know.
Where you tripped?
Where I tripped. So I was building that. And at that time, I was just talking out of my ass. I'm going to be honest. I was just talking shit. But now I actually have
shit to say.
and I don't make videos. So that's why I went back to that YouTube channel. And I do the podcast on this YouTube. I don't connect things because this is two different content. But I'm building content because that's where we're going. That's what it is.
I like it.
So yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I like it.
And then from de ahí yo estaba trabajando en el Bronx. I was working in the Bronx, and then I met the guy from here through Instagram, and I was like, "Yo, how do you buy houses?" Because he had an ad. Literally, remember that letter que se escribía de linita así, "We buy ugly houses."
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And he was having an ad, black screen with "We buy ugly houses" with a green letter and a red. Mm-hmm. Phone number on white, and he was sponsoring that. The funniest ad in the world, but it kind of worked because I got hired. So I was like, "Yo, how do you do it?" And he went into my page, saw that I was doing video for myself. He said, "I need to hire your services." He was my first client, and I was making with him in a week what I was making. I mean, in a day, what I was making with the people in the Bronx in a week.
That's the type of shit I want to listen to. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, that's the
type
of shit I like.
I mean, how many episodes you want me to say this?
Bro, I'm the new guy over here. I don't care. I listen to this right now.
Go to his YouTube channel and look at it.
Look at all my episodes. Spend 10 hours.
That's good. Listen, embrace it. I don't care. Listen, if you have to say it every 2 episodes, say it. Because that's the problem. Everybody's fucking romantic, very romantic about yes, I'm self-made, this and that. No. This is the grind that everybody actually spend time and then and do, and nobody mention it. It's easy to be with a Lamborghini and this and that, and nobody want to listen. Like, there's gonna be a lot of fails. There's gonna be a lot of things out there.
The thing is that people don't want to listen. A lot of people don't want to. They want to talk. They want to talk about the Lamborghini. They don't want to talk about what you did.
The Corolla.
You gotta talk about. Be honest. You want honesty? There's times where I have to decide: am I gonna fill up this tank or am I gonna eat?
Yeah.
let me use Afterpay to buy groceries. It's not easy, and I don't cry because that's nobody's business. Everybody's going through their own struggles. You probably, like you said, I have $5. Don't talk about sale. You might be joking and it might be true, but it's the reality.
No sopa china.
Yeah.
Papá, eso es lo mejor que hay.
Mira,
China, saca de
And sometimes you're like,
Calqueado un
I
lío.
can't go eat out because I gotta go home. And sometimes you go, I can buy Omaha steak.
Yeah.
Like you said, I think earlier you said that you were like, there's some points where it's like I don't have money.
Yeah.
And like
within days, weeks, months, it sometimes it doesn't come, and then boom, next thing you know, you got a shitload of money and you can go ahead and freaking go local. But then there's other times where you're like, shit.
But there's people that don't have the core, and this is the part about back to the entrepreneur side, right? You have to have a core.
You gotta have cojones.
Core. I'm saying it's the things you're saying in Spanish.
Cojones.
I'm saying cojones.
Cojones.
Thank you. Cojones to tell your significant other or tell people around you, listen, I can't do that.
Yeah, there's no shame with that. There shouldn't be.
But people believe that, since you're working, you should be getting money. Oh,
You have a business.
You are
You have a
provider.
business.
You are provider.
You have a business. You should be.
But esa parte, you have a business. If you then you're not successful. You have a piece of shit. Regardless that you're actually
Everybody
building.
starts from somewhere.
But entonces nobody sees, and everybody wants to fucking critique the guy that is up there. But they didn't say, "Oh, you're working too much." Nobody cared when he was eating shit. Nobody was bringing you a plate.
They
of
don't
rice.
see the vision either.
Never
A
saw
lot
the
of people don't
vision.
see the vision.
So don't freaking come now and try to knock down that big building.
Listen, there was something that I actually saw. Albert Einstein actually went and they asked him exactly. He answered like nine math questions, right? Then he got to this one question and he said it wrong, and then everybody was going ahead and critiquing him. As soon as everybody was quiet, he went and he said, like, I had 9 questions right. Nobody said anything, but as soon as I had something wrong, everybody had something to say.
Mm-hmm.
More of the story is, don't ever worry about it, what everybody else has to say. Just keep on doing exactly what you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Now, with that being said, I actually want to go ahead and just say something. Like, I'm actually proud of you two. Like, Nathan actually went from the 9-to-5 job that he was very comfortable with, and he left that to actually come in and start like hustling and actually working the pretty much the entrepreneur side. It's obviously a rocky road and everything.
It takes courage.
It takes courage. It's leaving the comfort zone and actually coming into something that it's unknown. You don't know when's the next meal ticket coming in, you know? And then you have Joriel, like JP, he's coming from DR. He's only been here like a couple of years. And he went.
How many years at this point? I came 2018.
I came 2016.
That's
6
good.
years.
That's good. That's great, bro.
Yeah.
There's people who have here 20, 40 years and are still working in the same bodega.
And
That doesn't mean anything. That took perfect timing.
That's exactly what, like, he went, he got all the certifications. He's making something out of himself. He went, he learned everything that he needed to learn. And now he's in a position where, you know what? He can go ahead and broaden his horizon, become an entrepreneur, and become his own boss.
Yep.
You know? So I definitely am proud of both of you and exactly what the humble beginnings that everybody came from. People know exactly where I come from and everything. And like, I still, for me, it's like, it's regular, but for other people, it's kind of like inspiring. But looking at you two, it's definitely inspiring exactly what different aspects or different avenues that other people took, and seeing exactly where we're actually all meeting and actually progressing together.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, man. That means a lot coming from you.
Definitely appreciate it, man. It definitely is a challenge every day. Making sure that you do something because you don't know, you gotta get your deals because you don't know if you're gonna get paid. You don't know any of that. But having a team like we have, I feel more comfortable because I know that I have people that have my back, and if something goes wrong, we all come up with a solution together, and we make the best out of it. So I'm good. I'm good right now. I'm happy.
Coming for you, it means a lot for me. We just met a few months ago, and right now we're just like family. And you know, I've been learning so much for you, and I'm not scared to say it in front of anybody, because my ego is just that. Like my ego, I have ego death like months ago. So I'm not gonna lie, and I'm understanding. I'm still in the process to learn. That's the good thing about all of us. That we're willing to sit down, look down, and say, "Okay, I'm listening. I'm willing to hear you and understanding what you're saying." And, you know, and it means a lot. So I appreciate it. And that's why I'm here. That's why I roll all the way with you guys. I don't care where we're going to end. But I know that we're going to end, like, in the level of mansion.
Yes.
No, we definitely are.
Yeah. That's right.
You too. We're gonna have to create context and everything like that.
No, he's going to be there. He's going to have a room.
Me and him have been more connected than too, because it's just funny stories that we known each other.
Story.
We known each other, but we really didn't know each other.
That was crazy.
So through real estate, we were close, but we never met face to face.
So there's a situation where Nathan was actually selling a lot that I was actually helping him with, and he said he had a buyer. So
Is that the one that I filmed?
Yeah,
a lot.
yeah.
So check this out.
So we all got a connection
Yeah.
with
Wait. So it's funny because that lot was sold to somebody, and he's like, "Yeah, well, I just sold it." I'm like, "All right, cool, not a problem." Next thing you know, I meet him, and he's telling me about a lot in Patterson, this and third. I'm like, "Huh? We just had a lot over there," and he's like, "Yeah, you know, it's in Highland." I'm like, "Highland?" I'm like, "What's the address?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Hold up a second." I start looking at the freaking at
The drawings.
at the drawings, yeah. And it's the same house. I mean, the same lot. And I'm like, I call him up. I'm like, "Yo, bro, you know who you sold the lot to?" And he's like, "Nah, why? I don't know, some random person." He's like, "I'm standing right next to the person you sold the lot to." He's like,
Yeah.
"What?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, that's exactly how we all connected, which was
That's
actually
crazy.
funny.
But actually, my first property that I just bought ever,
Wow.
it was because of him.
Yeah.
And even my loan, the first loan the first loan officer, he introduced me. Actually, he was working in the bank, and I was like, you know, he offered me coffee and this and that. Oh, he's gonna come on. We have met each other like a lot of times. Yeah. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And then, you know, in all the congratulations in this room, I want to congratulate you because I know I experienced your trust issues.
I think everybody here has.
Love it.
You know,
I think everybody here has.
Everybody has.
and
But you know what? You
they're
have to
not
go
cool.
through that.
They're not cool, but like I applaud you because you know you're putting yourself out there and you're trusting people to build with, and it also gives you the opportunity to know that the people around you are good people with good hearts and good intentions. So like, congratulations to you too, sir.
Thank
He
you.
makes good people come together. He has a lot of around his circle is big, but he's able to work with everybody, and that's not everybody has that talent to be able to speak to all different type of people and connect with them. So that I admire him a lot because it's hard. That's hard. I don't know how he does it.
He goes to a room. He works a room. You freaking work a room, bro.
Yeah, he definitely.
You're like, papi.
Yeah.
I'm gonna figure it out.
By the time you get to the other side of the room, he's already again giving second rounds.
Yeah. You know, I mean, I came to a point that I know a lot of people, and I just
Too many
like,
people.
JT
yeah,
familiar.
I work a crowd, but you know what? That helps all of us
Of course.
in this room.
I have gotten calls because he's like, "Oh, I know the guy."
I have a guy for everything, you know? So
And he's like, "Yeah, what's up? How you doing?" You're like, "JT? Oh, okay, that makes sense."
you know, like I did that to him. Like I think for the past 2 days, I just like put him in contact with people because this is all that's my strong suit. So I need to go ahead and monetize on my strong suit. I need to make sure that everybody around me is making money within the circle. Like one person's looking for something that I know somebody else has. Why not connect them both so we can go ahead and freaking all make money? Why? What? That makes no sense. Like, a lot of people know so many people that I know a lot of people, and we could know the same exact people. Somebody comes up and be like, "Oh yeah, I need this done," and they'll still quiet. They'll be like, "Oh damn," and like, you know what? I'll be that first one. I'm like, "What you need? Hold up a second.
My people got your people.
Yo, listen, I'm gonna put you in contact with my boy right now. Hold up," and I do it right there because at the end of the day, we only have each other, and I say that all the time. Like, we only have each other.
Yeah.
You know, we can only grow as fast as the other person takes us. You know, like, we as a collective cannot grow as one person. Like, it's always never me, and I've always said that to you. You know, like, I have an army of people behind me. Why? Because that's exactly what it takes.
So you already know, people. If you say something bad about JT,
He has an
it'll get to
army
JT.
of people.
No, it gets to me. I'm
You'll
not
get
even gonna
to
lie to you.
JT.
It always gets to me. Like, but
Don't call him
it is.
selfish.
Se acabó.
It always gets to me. So I know everything, man. Like, listen, everybody talks to me, and which is a blessing, cause
And a curse.
you know,
And a big curse.
Yeah, it is.
So,
You
guys,
just gotta be wise. On
I don't know if
exactly
you
who
know
talk
this,
to.
but we've been talking for like almost 2 hours.
Yes.
Oh wow.
So it's been a very long podcast. It's almost 12
Vete
o'clock.
pa'l
at
carajo,
night.
bye.
Vamos ahora para Taco Bell because everybody's
Yo
hungry.
tengo 35 pesos. Ya ustedes saben.
Ya
Repártela como
digo,
pueda.
35. So, guys, thank you so much for listening to the podcast. Guys, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
I really
Thank you for
appreciate
having
it.
us. Thank you
First
for having
episode
us.
with 4 people.
Let's do it, bro.
Definitely, thank you for having us. It was definitely a great conversation. Definitely follow us. JT Morel Joriel Paredes.
He's going to change it to JP something.
And at Mr. N. Hernandez.
It just makes more
Follow
sense.
us.
It
We
just
have,
makes
a
more
lot,
sense.
we have a lot of things to share, and we have a lot more things coming. So make sure you stay in touch.
Yeah, guys, and thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you want more of this content, comment below. Don't forget to like. I should have said that through the whole thing, but like and comment. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe because we got a lot of more stuff coming and a lot of more podcasts in the works.
Yes.
Peace.